Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. And look, it's there. You can't miss it, can you? I've been waiting for this for some time. I've built some ROKR models before, like the Luminous Globe. I've done a marble one as well. But when I saw this, I thought to myself, I've got to do this. So today we're going to start the ROKR Seahorse Barque. And look at what it looks like. Now, if you haven't seen their adverts for this, they blow you away. No expense spared. Check this out. And I have put a link in the video description, and there's also a QR code on the screen so you can get this for yourself. And it is a really reasonable price for this model. Now, it's for ages 14 plus. It's one of their kits which is hard. So it's got 6 stars, which means it's going to be quite hard to do. But we're going to do this together. 603 pieces. And it's looking absolutely brilliant. I'm not quite sure about size. Is there anything on here which tells me the size? It is, look, so it's assembled size 470 times 180 by 390. So it's quite a big thing as well. It's on a stand, and as you can see, you've got an azimuth as well, as like a little extra thing that we can add. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this and show you what's in it before we get started on it. So this will be the first time that I'm seeing this for myself. So let's do this together and we'll see it together. Oh, look, I've got to cut a couple more points just here and here. Okay, let's have a look at this. Wow, check that out. Now, obviously, we don't have to do any of the painting here or anything like that. All the pieces are done. We've just got to put them together. So I'm just going to take this out. Let's see what we got. So I've just zoomed up my top camera just so we can have a look at the instructions. And this is all the instructions here. I'll just concentrate on this page. Basically got an inventory checklist, how to take things from the plates, the wooden plates that are on, and pretty much how we're putting it together. Now, it looks like the first thing we're actually putting together isn't the seahorse at all. It is that azimuth. I actually made one of these in school, believe it or not. That's why I know what this is. But we're going to start putting this together. I don't know how much we're going to be able to get done tonight, but we're going to try and figure out the techniques together. This isn't going to be done in one sitting. I'll let you know that now. This is going to be a few videos. But as you see, it comes along pretty quickly, to be honest with you. We're looking at 24, 32, page 32. Look, it's almost done. 36. Then we've got the rigging. The rigging's going to take some time. 38 pages. So 38 pages to build this absolutely awesome model. So let's look at these parts. So we've got some sprues. Very rare for these ones, I have to say. So we are going to be using some sprues. We don't have to paint them again. Look, they're all coloured. The cans have already been coloured for us. We do have a sanding stick. So when we're cutting some of these plates from the wood, any burrs, we can actually get them down. We've got another set of sprues. As a matter of fact, I think these are mirrored. I think these are exactly the same. So we've got 2 sets of these. Then we've got some of the rigging, the netting, looking like this. So these are solid pieces, but don't think we've got away from doing rigging, because look, all the tools to do the rigging there as well. We do have a really tiny screwdriver. That's a nice little screwdriver there. We've got some decals or some masks. I'm not sure what they are. There's some screws in here as well, but we have got the rigging cotton there, so that's going to be interesting when we get to that. And then it's surprising because the actual body of the ship is just into these plates here. Now, I don't know how many of these plates there are, but if I just peel off the plastic, and I'll tell you what, that familiar smell of these builds, oh, I love it. I love it. The wood smell is brilliant. Okay, we've got quite a bit of stuff here. We've got some very light transparency there. So I want to make sure I keep that flat because that's going to be easy to bend. We've got another bit of sandpaper here. I'm going to put that over there. This is one of the wooden cards that we've got here. Now, they are all numbered, so these are D. This is the D plate. We've got another really thin piece here, which is like out of a card. It's already been cut for us. These are not labelled, I don't think. There is a number H. This is H plate, I'm guessing. Then we've got this gold coloured one. Wow, look at this. Hang on. I don't want to damage anything. I can foresee a problem at the moment, and that is that this print on this side is actually stuck to this area here. Now, if I peel that off, I'm going to be peeling off the gold. So what I'm going to have to do for this is I'm going to have to put a hairdryer on this and then peel it up. But it's just this one here that's stuck. But that's the sails. This is some of the gold plates there, and this is number C. Then I've got E. Check that out. Oh my God, that's busy. Okay, that is very busy, but that's E. And then I've got A, which is a slightly thicker sheet here. Again, it's already been coloured for us. I'm guessing this is where we're going to be starting that with A. I did have a part fall out here, which is E10. Doesn't matter if a part falls out, it does let us know what that part is there. Then I've got B, which looks like this. And then finally, I've got F, which looks just like this. So I'm going to start building this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my hairdryer out just to get that sail off that gold panel. And there we go. I've just warmed that up and that's come off absolutely perfectly. So there, all the sails. We keep them to one side. And then that's that gold part there. So if that happens to you, just a little bit of warmth and then just peel it off. That's fine. Okay. So the first thing I want to do. So I need B16, which is here. Now, this is what I'm talking about, that you can just, doesn't matter if you break all the stuff around it, you want to get that piece out there. Now, that is going to be going into the end of this ship. So I'm just going to get me bearings. It's actually just a slide in. Now, they are supposed to provide you with wax, with big ROKR letters on it, but I didn't get any, so I am using my candle to rub it in should I need to. But we've started. That's the first thing to do. Second thing to do is we've got to break off these little tabs, which I've already done. So one is going in here, and the other one is going in here. And then we're going to be putting two sides on, which is going to be the sides of the ship. So again, lining these up and putting these in this side, which, to be honest with you, I'm probably going to have to lay that down like that and then put this on because I don't want to fall in out. Perfect. Turn it over and do exactly the same on the other side. So we have got a ship-looking thing here. That's good. Right. So we've done the ship. Now we're going to put that to one side because I need to break off a part F63. Now, I did see this earlier on, which is this larger gear here. So that's going to interlock into this one. Perfect. And then when this ship goes in, it's actually the blade of the ship is going to go into here, but we need to put this top on first. Which I'm being very gentle about. Ah, that's perfect. And if I get my tweezers out here, just to help line that up in the middle, just like that, then I can put the ship into there. So that's the Seahorse Barque completed. And next week we'll start something else. What do you reckon? There you go. That's the first thing made. Okay. Right. Second thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be building the base here. So let's start taking these parts out. We need B35. Now these I haven't broken off, so we're going to be seeing these together. It's like Christmas Day though, trying to find these parts. So this is B35 here, but there are two parts to this. So let's oh, it's actually one part, but it has got some engraving on it, as you can see there. That looks pretty cool. Right. We need C4 and C3. Right, now the C plate is the gold plate here. So I want C4. Again, it's really clean to come off. Look at that. That's brilliant. And I also need C3, which are little tiny things here. How many do we need? We need two. So I get two of these off. Okay, so if this is that way round, we're having these coming up through the bottom. Get these all the way in. That's one. And the same here too. We really do want to support the base because you don't want to break that shaft. So they're up through there like that. On top of this, I'm going to be putting this section we just got. But that is how that's looking. Right, we need a really chunky bit now. So they're getting the big guns out. This is the A plate. I'm calling these plates. So I need this stand first. So that's A2. And then I also need A4, which is right next to it. All right here, look at that. Very interesting how they put it on the on these plates. Again, I'm just looking around to see if there is anywhere where I am just going to have to give a light. I definitely want to use this because you don't want to touch anything on either side here. And I can touch it up afterwards, as someone said. Okay, so they are slightly different. See, one's lower down and wider. So let's have a look. So this one here, A2, is going to be going into one side of this. It's going to go to this side over here. Perfect. Now, just seeing, does it matter which way round it goes? I'm just thinking it doesn't matter if the numbers are on the outside or the inside. The reason being is because if you look on the inside, you can see the numbers there as well. So it doesn't matter at all. And this one's going in this side here. Again, this is symmetrical. So when that's in, there we go. That's standing up good. All ready for a ship. I'm going to be putting this on a really big plate, which is B10. So this has got a certain way this is going. So the A2 side, which is this, is going to go into this one just here. So push that in there. They really are emphasizing the base here, as you can see. So we've got the base. This has got ROKR written just here as well. Okay. Then I need some of the gold parts again, namely C11. Let's try and find that. There we go. Again, it's got the ROKR label on the ROKR logo just on there. And I got some stays for that. It's a C14, which are these here. Perfect. Let's get these in. So if this is that way, I want to put these stays this way round. So one here, one on the other side. And then we've got this part, which is going to go on the top, just into the holes here. 1 and 2. Get these lined up. There you go. So I believe that is the stand complete. That didn't take too long, did it? So giving you an idea of size just for the stand, you have to excuse the glasses. Wayne heads, that's how big the stand is. So you can imagine the ship's going to be about, actually the ship's just, it's longer than this. So it's slightly longer than that, but it's higher. Okay, remember that part that came off, the really big part, A8, which I believe was this. I actually need it now. So that is basically your length of the ship. I'm going back to this camera again. Hang on a second. There you go. There you go. So that's the length of the ship. So not bad. Not bad. Okay, 1 second. Right, so we're going to keep that this way round, and I'm going to be putting some sides onto this. Now, I need sides F43A and F43B. Okay, so I want F43B first, which is this one. And if the ship's this way round, this is going to be going into this side, and it's going to go into the holes at the bottom. Now, there is certain holes that it goes into. So it's going into this front one here and this back one just here. Get that in. So that's one side in there. On the other side, it's going into the front hole and then is alternating to the back hole over this side here. Just get that in. Perfect. Again, I'm just checking the sides, making sure there's no flashing on that needs to come off, but that's cool. That's how that's looking. I need the A plates. So this is the thick plate again, because I'm taking off some of the bulkheads now by the look of it. So I need A9, which is this big one here. And I also need my B plate, because my B plate has got a part in here, B33. B32, B33, there it is, look. It is, it's like an advent calendar. There we go. Right. So, the way this one's going to work is I'm going to be putting, again, it doesn't matter which way round this goes in. This is going to go in this side here, just like that. Then this is going to end up going down the front section just here, making sure it goes all the way and snaps in there and it's straight. I'm going to be doing very similar to the back. So again, I need another B33, which I'm hoping there's another one on here somewhere. And then I need another part from A, which is, oh no, it's another part on B actually. It's B23. This time, this one's just going down the bottom, like that. And then this is going towards the back section over here. Now this time, this needs to push down in between these parts. And I do need this to sit quite flush in there, because things are about to get a little bit hard now. Ensure the parts are perpendicular, which they are, as you can see. And I'm being very quiet now because I need screws. We're about to screw this in. Now remember, we're screwing metal screws into wood. So I'm going to be very gentle taking these out, because we're going to need lots of these eventually. Right, when we put these in, we're going to be putting them in at an angle. So I've loaded the screwdriver up, and at the bottom of this section just here, we have got a hole. So stand by while I just line this up. I'm just going to see if there's a hole on the other plate. There isn't. It sort of goes into the gap on this plate here, you see. But I'm going to start screwing this in slowly. And all it's meant to do is hold that plank in. So you're not looking for it to be tight at all. That's enough. Do the same on the other side. It's not like a screw that's holding a massive part in. All it's doing is holding this section in here. Now this is going to give that effect of it bending. So just getting this one in. Again, I'm attacking it at kind of like a, I don't know, is it 45-degree angle? There we go. That's in as well. So you can see it's starting to bend that around there. And the same on that side there. Okay, we're going to repeat that for all the rest of the panels that we're about to put in. So I'm going to be doing the ones that go here, here, and here, which means I need B31. Right, this was B31. Right, okay, so this one's going to be going in here. I'm going to put them all in where they go first, I think. Just so I can make sure that they all do fit into place. Perfect. I need B21. And again, I want to make sure that it fits all the way down there. Then I need A10. So it is one of these big ones. It's hard just to push these down, I have to say. You don't want to touch this bit, just the bottom. And then finally we need B20. They're all in. So what we are going to do now is repeat that with all the other little reinforced planks here. So, wow, this is going to be pretty tricky. Let's start doing some of these now. If I get the F's over again, it might be better to actually show you what we're doing, because we've put all of these in now. We've put that bottom one in, but now we're going to start putting these on each side. So it's probably best to build up from the middle, from the end, and then build upwards, I guess. So it's looking like this. It's going to be a bit fun, I think. But let's do one and see what's going on. So if we do the bottom one first, which is F53, We've got to be aware that these are shaped. So we've got a thicker end, a thinner end with a slanted down. Now, the way these are going to go on is they're going to go on this way, but on this side. This is for F53. So let's get this right. It's going to go into, let me figure out which one it goes into. It's going to be on the back like that. And then this one's going to be going into this point just here. So let's put that in first. Excellent. Now I'm going to be putting a screw through the larger of the holes here. And again, it's going to be at that perpendicular angle. Just like this. And again, not too tight, just enough to hold that part in like that. And do the same at the back. So if I just get that one in there, to give you an idea, that's exactly how it's going to look. I'm going to do the same on this side. So for what I've done on one, I'm just going to mirror on the other. So this one's going to be, if I put that this way around, that's going to go on to that point there. Get me screw. And again, screw this side in. Into the channel here. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing just on this side here. Again, lining up the hole. And getting that in. But there you go. That's how that side's gone in as well. We just got to repeat that through all the other planks here. And when all of those planks are in, this is how it's looking. Check that out. That looks absolutely brilliant. So that is where I'm going to leave it. But we've done quite a bit today. We've done this, and we've also done this little miniature ship which rotates. But you certainly are getting a lot of bang for buck on this. Now, this is actually under £50, believe it or not. So plenty to do still. And we will follow this on the channel. I hope you like that. It's something different that we've put on the channel. If you do want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description. Once again, there's that QR code on the screen. I believe there's a discount until the end of March as well if you follow that link. If you go direct, you won't get that discount. So do follow that link there. But I really hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.